And hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. You're listening to Thunderbird Eye on CITR Sports 101.9 FM. My name is Byron Wang, and with me is my twin, Alan Wang, and two very special guests. These two are well-known Thunderbird athletes who have certainly made a name for themselves in the world of swimming. Together, the two have participated in numerous international swim meets such as the 2016 Rio Olympics, the Tokyo 2018 Pan-Pacific Championships, and the Gwangju 2019 FINA World Championships. We present to you the Poseidons of UBC, Emily Overholt and Markus Thormeyer. Before we begin, for those of you that missed it, the UBC T-Birds overwhelmed the competition a few weeks ago at the U Sports Championships that took place at the Saanich Pool at Victoria. A huge congratulations on being the national champions for the fourth year in a row. So first off, do you guys mind telling us a bit about yourselves, what year you're in, maybe what you're studying at all? Let's start with, how about we start with you, Markus?
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Markus. I'm in fourth year here at UBC, and I'm studying environmental science with a focus on conservation and ecology.
Yeah,
That's
that's good. That's
cool.
good. All right, and then moving on to you, Emily. How about you?
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm in my third year of kinesiology, and I'm doing a psych minor.
Okay, all right. So we'll start with Emily this time. What got you guys into the sport of swimming?
I started swimming when I was 8 years old, mostly because my friends were doing it, and I was just trying some different sports. So, yeah, I kind of just followed my friends.
Okay, so did you start off swimming at a competitive swim team, or through swim lessons, or how exactly did you start off?
Yeah, I did swim lessons when I was young, and then I joined a swim team in West Van, and started competitive swimming when I was 8.
Okay, all right. How about you, Markus?
I think it's, actually, I don't know if it's similar at all. My mom just made me when I was a kid, and then she didn't really let me quit, and then I just kept on doing it, and then I stopped wanting to quit, I guess.
Okay.
But I just kept on swimming. Here I am.
And
so.
Did you also do swim lessons?
Yeah, but they were pretty bad. When I was a kid, everyone does that.
Yeah.
What are they, swimmer level stuff? But I don't know, they just didn't like me, so.
I never passed level 10 myself.
Yeah.
So I actually failed level 9 a million times. Did you guys finish all your lessons, or?
No, I got stopped really early on at level 3 or something.
Okay.
Wherever they did the frog kick.
Okay.
They were you can't do that.
Right, okay. Yeah, if only your instructors could see you now.
Yeah.
All right, and what made you guys choose the T-Birds? Let's start with Emily this time.
Well, I started training at the High Performance Center when I was in grade 12, and I took a gap year to train for the Olympics, so it was a pretty easy transition to start at UBC the next fall. I saw what the team was like being out here with the center, and I kind of got to know a lot of them, so it was a pretty easy decision for me to stay and train at UBC.
All right, that's reasonable. And then for you, Markus?
A big part of why I chose to be at UBC was also the academic program, because the environmental science program I think is one of the top in Canada. And then also, Emily was here and all my other friends, so it's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so you did your research before coming to UBC?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And then, so it's pretty clear that you two are some of Canada's top swimmers. Markus, you currently hold the 100-meter and 200-meter backstroke Canadian record. Emily, you hold the 400 IM record. When you first started competitive swimming, how far did you imagine yourself going? Do you want to start, Markus?
Yeah. I didn't really think about that when I first started. I don't know. I guess it's because my mom was making me do it. But when I started to get older and towards the end of high school and the beginning of university, all that stuff became goals, kind of to be the best in Canada, the best there ever was, because that's what it takes to be good in the world now. You have to beat everyone and then some. So, yeah.
And then how about you, Emily?
Yeah, I think similar to Marcus, it just kind of happened. I was going through the sport in high school, and then I don't know, I just kind of started getting better, and then I made real goals for myself to make the national team and go from there. So yeah, I just really had fun and set goals, and I didn't really think I would end up here, but here we are.
Oh, so you took it like step by step, right? Like individual small goals until you reach like Olympics, and you just like, how did I get here all of a sudden?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and every 4 years, for those listening, the Canadian swimming trials are quite special. It's a competition that ultimately determines who represents Canada at the Olympics. With trials coming up at the end of March, how are you two feeling about it? Are you satisfied with the speed that you're showing so far in the season? Do you want to start, Emily?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to trials. We've had a bit of a different season this year with the ISL, so I've put in a really big block of training since Christmas, and I'm feeling really good. U Sports was a really good meet to set up and get ready for Olympic trials, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, and then Marcus, how about you?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's just another opportunity to race and then go fast, and it's kind of like whatever happens, happens. So I'm just hoping it's good.
Yeah, so you're just going with the flow.
Yeah.
All right, well, best of luck to you two. And then what was it like for you guys to compete at your first international level swim meet? And how did that compare with when you qualified for the Rio Olympics in 2016? Marcus, do you want to start this time?
Sure. I guess my first real international swim meet was the 2015 Pan American Games in Toronto, and that was really exciting because it was in Toronto, so it was like all the Canadians were there and cheering all the Canadians and everything. Like, I actually swam really bad, to be honest. I got food poisoning, but yeah, it wasn't pretty. It was actually really gross. But yeah, during the meet.
Okay, that is.
Yeah, so I was swimming like garbage, but just like I knew that like all the Canada fans, they didn't care. They were like, "Hey, it's like a Canadian guy. Let's cheer for him." So that was like, yeah, I'm pretty much representing the best country there is ever. So being able to like qualify for the 2016 Olympics in Rio, that was like just another opportunity for me to go and represent the best country there is ever.
Yeah, and then how about you, Emily?
My first national team was 2014 Commonwealth Games, and I was just a total rookie. I didn't really know what I was doing. But then 2 years later, Olympic trials came around, and I felt like I was a bit more prepared and a bit more experienced. But it was a really good feeling to make the Olympic team, especially at 18 and with a bunch of my friends. It was a really good time.
All right. So now on the topic of like preparation, more like many people don't realize the amount of practice that goes into swimming. Do you guys mind telling us what your standard week of practice looks like? I'm assuming you two have like the similar training schedule. So Emily, do you want to start?
Yeah, our training schedule is pretty similar, but Marcus likes to skip workouts here and there for school.
Okay.
Yeah, we swim 9 times a week. And we have weights 2 or 3 times a week, some on-deck dryland circuits, stuff like that.
Okay, and is each practice in the water, how long would that usually be for?
About 2 hours.
About 2 hours. Okay. All right, so like if you practice like 9 times, and not even including swimming, it's just practices, how do you guys manage your life? Like balancing swimming, schoolwork, and like social interactions with friends? Like how do you guys all balance that? Marcus, you want to start this one?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm a huge balance guy, I love having other things going on that's not swimming because, what is that, like 8 times a week? Well, I swim 8 times a week. I can't do 9. That's
all right. No,
that's a bit aggressive. But yeah, 8 times a week, that's like it's like honestly invasive, you know. Like, if that's the only thing you do, you kind of go crazy. So I'm all about maximizing my time outside of the pool with like I actually want to go to class and study sometimes. I want to study sometimes, but I actually want to do things that aren't swimming, so that my whole life isn't swimming, and I like just try and hang out with my friends as much as possible and like I don't know, like go out, I don't know, Earls.
All right, just being curious for me, do you guys ever like sleep in for morning practice at all?
Yeah.
Really? Is it like often?
No, never.
Yeah.
I haven't slept in since I was like probably 16. I don't know.
Really? Okay. Because I know that with myself when I used to swim on Saturday nights until when I got here because I couldn't join the team. I don't know. Sometimes I was doing homework up until like 5 a.m. and then that's when I should wake up for practice. So I ended up pulling like an all-nighter.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah. That was rough. All right.
Yeah. No. If I'm tired, I'm just like, what's the point of going, right?
Right.
Because then you'll just like some like garbage. And
all right, that's true. All right, and in your personal opinion, what's the most grueling part about the sport of swimming? Like, there's obviously a lot of things. Can you guys like pinpoint a certain thing about the sport?
Oh my god. Wait. Getting in the water.
Oh,
yeah.
Getting in the water.
It's so cold.
That's really
Yeah,
It's like the worst thing in the world. I'm always the last one to get in the water, and the only reason I get in is because the coach is yelling at me, and I have nothing. I hate it. So it's the worst.
I think that's a fair
The
reason.
worst part of my day every day would probably be getting in the water.
All right, how about you, Emily?
Yeah, I agree. The water is really cold, but I like the hot tub after. That's a good part of the day, I would say.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then you both have lots of seniority and experience under the belt. How have you taken on the role of being veteran leaders on your team? Do you want to start, Emily?
Yeah,
I'd love to.
no.
I guess I would say that I don't really feel like a veteran. I don't know about you, Marcus, but
I do, yeah.
okay.
You do, Marcus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I always feel like I'm learning and getting better, so I don't really feel like any kind of, I don't know. I still feel like a rookie sometimes.
Okay, all right. How about you, Marcus? Do you ever feel like you're a veteran leader on the team?
Well, yeah, actually. No, it's because the varsity team is like, there's really no one older than us. So, like, yeah, last year I was the team captain, so I kind of like had to do a little bit of that stuff. And yeah, what Emily said is like we're constantly still growing because we're still like relatively young in the swimming world and learning new things. But I think that I've been able to kind of use that and like teach the younger swimmers like some of my life lessons so they don't make those mistakes kind of thing, and like kind of tried to lead by example as well. So there's that. But yeah, I think you're a leader though. I think you should.
All right, and
you do
then
the same.
And then all right, so you want to go? Okay, sure. So from the U Sports Championships just a week ago, where you both helped your teams clinch their 4th straight national title, what was your highlight of the meet? Was there a certain race that was like that stood out to you guys? Marcus, do you want to start for this one?
Yeah, I think. Well, I guess not really. I don't know. A certain race would be like not. I don't think there was one race, but there was like pretty much every race, I guess, would be that. Because after every race, before every race, and after every race, there was like this. Because I don't know, this energy or like this atmosphere around the T-Birds that like we didn't know if we were gonna win. So before you're kind of like anxious almost, kind of like it's so suspenseful. You're like, what's gonna happen? And then after, it's super exciting because literally everyone swam fast. So so it was like every race, like I can't like the women's 4x1 free. Would you guys come down to like less than a second? How close is it?
I don't know, like
it was very
half a
close.
second or something,
Yeah. So that was stuff like that, except I would say that that was my favorite race, but like that kept on happening like throughout the competition. Like we just kept on like all the teamers just kept on like hitting the wall just this much ahead of the like very small ahead of the competition. So like I can't pinpoint one exact moment.
Right. Okay. I think that's reasonable. How about you, Emily? Did you have like a certain race, or was it just in general, really?
I think what Marcus said, the vibe at U Sports is just so different from any other meet that we go to because you're racing for the team and it's all about just getting points and helping get the team to the win. So I think for me, the relays were really fun. The women's side won all 3 relays, which we haven't done in a really long time, and all of them were really close. So it's really fun to just get the win, especially with the team and racing with all those other girls. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. And then moving further beyond U Sports, how about in your swimming career? Do you have like a certain meet or a certain race that just really stuck out to you guys at all? Emily, do you want to start this time? I know it's really hard to choose because obviously you've had like a lot of really crazy meets, right? But if you were to choose one, could you pick one maybe? Yeah.
I guess my favorite memories from the sport, I think Pan Am Games in 2015 was a really incredible experience because we were racing in front of a home crowd. We were really young, and so we were just having so much fun. And I had a lot of really close races, one DQ, and so the whole meet was just a really great experience racing in front of all these Canadian fans and also like my family and friends and everyone. So I think that whole meet was definitely a highlight.
All right. How about you, Marcus? Do you have a specific race or meet in your life?
Yeah. For me, it'd probably be the Commonwealth Games in 2018 because in 2017, I just had like the worst summer of my life swimming-wise. I just swam so bad, like the whole summer, like 3 meets in a row, which is like a lot. And the summer was just so long. It went to like August. So after that summer, I was like, do I really want to be doing this? And But then I came back anyway, and I was like, fine, I'll do another year, whatever. And then I kind of like changed a lot of things about my swimming. I like went to way less workouts and then did that whole balance thing that I talked about earlier. And then at the Commonwealth Games, I did like huge best times and I swam fast and actually had fun. So I was like, okay. And I think that was kind of like the first stepping stone for me of like many just to like improve. So I think that was nice for me because it was like, okay, it kind of felt like, okay, now I'm finally doing something right after having just like a trash year, like kind of got myself back on track and was able to build off of that, even like continuing that today.
Right. Okay. And moving even like past certain races, do you guys have any do you have like a dream or ultimate goal in swimming? Marcus, let's start with you maybe.
I think, yeah, everyone has like the whole like Olympic medal dream, I think. And I do too. Yeah, it doesn't really go past that, I think.
Right, okay.
Yeah, obviously just medaling at the Olympics but doing it the right way, you know?
Right,
Not like getting super intense and like losing who I am as a person along the way.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. That's fair. And how about you, Emily? Do you have a specific goal that you want to reach in swimming?
Yeah, I guess the same as Marcus. It's kind of scary talking about like goals that are that far ahead, especially because we haven't actually qualified for Tokyo yet. So
right.
I really like to take it just one step at a time. Smaller goals along the way. So we have Olympic trials in a couple weeks. Definitely have goals for that meet. Get on the team, obviously. So I just take it one step at a time.
Okay, and then let's backtrack a bit. Do you remember your very first swim race? And how was that for you? Yeah, Marcus, do you want to start?
I do remember it. It was really bad. It
Yeah,
was a.
what race was that?
It was I was like just a child. I don't even know what was going on, but I'm pretty sure it was the 200 free. 200 meter freestyle.
You started with the 200 free.
I was in a kind of intense program because my mom wanted me to swim, but she also didn't want. So my brother was swimming, which is why I swam, and she was like, okay, but I'm not. My brother was way better than me. He's like 3 years older than me. So she was like, okay, but I'm not going to drive to the pool twice, so you're just going to have to be in his program. So I was like, whatever, just like a little kid, and he was like older than me, and they just threw me in with all these like older kids. So then they were like, yeah, first meet, 200 free or something. And I was like, okay.
That must have been rough.
Like heat 1, like no time. Anyway, I did it, and then I touched the wall, and everyone was like, what are you doing? You're not done. And I was like, what do you mean? And then I had like another 50 left, but I didn't believe them. So I like went halfway down, and I was like, are you sure? And I like looked back at everyone. I was like, am I supposed to be going? And I was just like, probably, that was just a catastrophic. It was probably scarring.
It's a good learning experience.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but that was my first race, I guess.
Honestly, starting off at 200 free, that's really rough.
Yeah.
I think normally people start with like a 50 free.
Like 25 breast or something.
Yeah, maybe something like that. How about you, Emily? Maybe like, do you start with like a 400 IM or
no,
a 200 butterfly?
Not at all. I don't really have a good story like that. I don't really remember my first race, but I do remember being like a little kid at my swim club, and we would do like time trials and stuff, and my coach was really intense when we were young, so I would do like 400 fly, like stuff like that.
Oh, geez, okay. When you were young?
Yeah, when I was too young to be doing that. I can't even imagine doing that now. But
it's like grueling tactics.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff like that when I was young.
Okay. And do you have any pre-race rituals that you two do? Because like I know a lot of people like to slap themselves. They do the arm thing.
That's kind of intense. I just like crack my fingers.
You just crack your fingers.
You crack your
fingers
behind
the block,
neck.
And that's
you're
just there, just like silently.
It's kind of scary when people just like hit themselves and like slap themselves. It gets kind of crazy, and then like it's really loud too in like a closed room.
Right.
And then everyone starts doing it, and then just all these loud noises over and over. And then people like bruise themselves because they hit themselves so hard, and I'm like, I don't really know what's going on. And I can't do that arm thing.
Oh, you can't do that?
I've never learned how. I don't know, yeah.
All right, how about you, Emily? Do you have any rituals at all before you race?
Yeah, I kind of hit myself a little bit. I guess I like...
Okay, opposites.
I don't know, like punch my hips or something like that. I don't know.
Why?
But I also like have to stand on the left side of the block. Like, I don't know why, but it just has to be on that side. And when the official is in the way, it's super annoying because...
excuse me, could you
Do you
please
have to, like,
move?
Yeah.
put your leg on the block and
Yeah,
do the thing?
I have to.
You have to.
Step with whatever leg. I don't know.
And then
I just
pose.
have to stand. Yeah. pretty
Always
much.
gotta be ready for those cameras.
Yeah.
And then obviously you two are at the pool a lot. Are there any stories that you have from the pool that stick out to you, like whether that be embarrassing or amazing? I mean, maybe other than your first 200 free. Do you want to start, Marcus?
Embarrassing. Is there?
I have lots of embarrassing moments.
Yeah, kind of putting you two on the spot here, but I'll give you some time to think about
I
that.
don't know. Like PG, right?
Preferably, yes.
Yeah.
Preferably.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
Miscounting a 200 free is pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's it, really. I don't have
Okay, sure.
any shareable stories.
Okay, so Emily, do you have one? If not, we'll just move on to the next question, or anything coming to you right now?
No, nothing's coming.
No?
to me.
Okay. And then from outside the pool, what are your other hobbies or interests? And then, do you want to start, Emily?
I just like to hang out with my friends. I have a dog at home too, so I like to see him a lot. That's pretty much it. We don't have a lot of time. That's
gotta
like
make
full on
time.
hobbies. Like
Right. It's
Yeah.
true.
No, we do.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, and you also have like balance school as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Marcus, how about you?
Yeah, so I'm actually recently I've decided that I'm gonna learn how to play the violin.
Okay, all right.
So my hobbies are very intense in that they like will come and go like super abruptly and very, very strong. So I think at one point I was doing a bunch of painting. What else has there been? Like cooking and baking was kind of intense too. Reading, but like all these are like like I don't do it and then I'll do it really intense and then get like super fixated and like start showing up to the pool late and like getting really antsy, like trying to leave
It's like
the
taking
pool.
over your life.
Yeah, I know. I want to like leave the pool early because I'm like I have to do this stuff. Like yeah. So there's that. So pretty much anything you can think of, like video games too. Decorating my room, that got pretty crazy. And like, yeah. What else? Anything else really?
I mean, you've got quite the list already.
Yeah.
I think
It's a lot.
It's like kind of crazy. I don't know. And I have a pet stick bug, but it's like getting old. So
Oh, you still have the
yeah.
like in your dorm?
It's
or?
recent. Yeah. It's just sitting there.
All right, and then we're nearing the end. So for any aspiring swimmers, whether they're just stepping foot into the sport or they're already experienced, do you guys have any advice to athletes wanting to reach that university varsity level? Do you want to start, Marcus?
Yeah. I would say, well, I don't know. For me personally, what I would say actually would just be just have fun with it and don't get too serious. Or like, unless that's your thing, unless getting serious is your thing, then do it. But don't like sacrifice who you are and like make this your whole identity because that can get kind of unhealthy at some points, I think. So just have fun with it, keep it light, and yeah, just try your best. Because at the end of the day, if you have fun and you tried your best, like no one can take anything away from you. That's it, you know?
Yeah, and then how about you, Emily?
Kind of like what Marcus said, I think having balance is super important, and it definitely helped me to get to where I am today, having some other things going on and not getting too worked up about the sport, and just, having fun, I think, is a huge, huge thing.
Okay. All right, so that actually brings an end to the questions that we have for you guys. Do you have any final comments you want to say at all?
Do you like have? I don't know.
Sorry?
Do you like? No, I'm
No.
just. Do you have anything? No.
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 Okay, all right. And I guess that concludes this special interview. A huge thanks to both of you for agreeing to come out and talk with us today. Again, huge congratulations on the U Sports title, and best of luck in the upcoming trials and future meets. For those listening, this has been an interview with UBC swimmers Emily Overholt and Markus Thormeyer on Thunderbird Eye, CITR 101.9 FM. Thanks for listening, and have a great rest of your day.